Bravo Slim Show.
I'm sorry, I'm late. I had to freshen up and make myself pretty.
Oh,
I hope
good.
you are the prettiest, Steve
Are we
Coulter.
zooming now?
We're-
Is this a Zoom?
Yes, we're zooming all over. We're zooming in your face.
All right, I'm ready to zoom.
Zoom.
Just be gentle with me.
Yeah, it's always gentle at the first zooming. Steve, I gotta say, I just gotta start out by saying I love The Hunt and I loved you in it.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it. It's supposed to be fun, and hopefully you had a little fun watching it.
I was a little jealous because Slim saw it last night for the first time, and I was a little jealous of him just seeing it for the first time. And it's you and Ryder wanted me to tell you too. You were brilliant in it. Just that first scene in the plane where you were soothing the person, and oh my God, she texted me. She was like, "Oh my God, Steve is crazy in this."
Yeah,
It was a lot of fun. 'Cause I felt just the nicer I was, the more of a surprise it would be to kill a man with a pen.
you ripped his eye out with that pen. I
You
thought
were like,
that was great.
It's gonna be okay, and just the pen,
No, that was a lot of fun. I'm glad you enjoyed
Yeah.
it.
The
How
whole
are you
scene-
guys holding up in this lovely pandemic?
We're essential. Me and Slims are essentials, and we're holding up. We're holding up just perfectly fine.
Let me check my list of essential people. No, you're not. No.
We're not even on the
You're
bottom.
not.
We're not even. We're not even making that list. Oh man.
No, I don't think you're even a footnote. Look, Steve got mean during the play.
As I would
No, but
expect.
That's
Are
all
your
it did.
family
Like, Steve, you got
all good and
COVID.
everything?
Steve, you got the coronavirus, but it just made you mean.
It
just
Yeah.
Is
Yeah,
that
no fever, no aches and pains. I'm just mean. And
just in a bad
sullen.
mood.
I wanted to ask Steve, how has The Hunt been doing though? Like the theater shut down like the week I saw it, and has it been doing okay in VOD?
As far as I know, I mean, yeah, it literally opened on the worst weekend of box office in the country in 40 years.
I felt so bad.
And it's also, who cares, because it's just a movie. I do think probably, maybe, I don't know if more people saw it or whatever. I don't know. It's hard to track how, downloads and all that. But I assume it's doing pretty good. Like I said, and the director said the same thing. He wasn't, either, right-wing people were saying, they're killing deplorables, and really left-wing people were saying, it's not political enough. It's like they just wanted to make an entertaining movie and make a little point. And, it's not a social event of the year. It's just a thriller.
I just love the fact that, you called me an a-hole on Twitter. That's why I went after you.
Right. They caused them to lose their job, which I think is like a good reason to go after somebody like, yo, you fucking believe this shit.
There were so
and
many
because
great
you
things.
believed it, I now lost my fucking job,
And
so
now
now I'm
I'm
just gonna
gonna
make
do
it
it.
real.
Yeah.
Like, this is what you get. But
That'll teach you.
I love the movie, and it's funny because when I saw the trailer, I thought too that maybe this is going to be kind of like a political thriller that's going to have something to say. But watching the movie, I didn't really feel like it was that political at all. I feel like it was just fun. And
I'm gonna break it political. That little blondie that figured the key out. I just did not figure she was. I figured she was gonna be the hero, the heroine of the flick.
Well, it's funny because in the original script, I can say now, the way they wrote it is, I think it's even on the first page. They go, "This is our." And they actually come out. They describe her character and they say, "This is our hero." And then she gets shot, and they say, "Well, I guess this isn't our hero." And they move on, and then they go through three people. Like the guy who's gets blown up, and the girl in the. He's our hero. He's got good looks, and he gets blown up. And it's kind of fun because you don't know, and just the whole thing is you don't know what to expect, and they played on that.
That's great.
But wasn't Betty Gilpin amazing?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because she could have been just like a heroine, tough girl, but she was like quirky and like having a nervous breakdown in the middle of all of it. And
Yeah.
that was pretty fun.
Yeah, and you got the snot rocked out of you, my friend. Did
I did. We practiced that for a week.
Wow. Did you get to take anything cool home from the movie? Like I don't know,
Like
pig?
an eyeball?
A pig or an eyeball or a thumb?
Yes, they gave me the pig. Oh, I can tell you a funny pig story.
Hold on, that pig was dressed originally to look like Donald Trump, right? Because I think it came out, it had like a little wig on. Was that like the ideal?
Oh, I don't know. That's a good point. I don't know.
Yeah, because
what they did is when we were in that bunker, they had a stuffed pretend synthetic pig that they slid down the chute, and then they had a little, and there was no blanks or anything. It was all empty guns. That's all just digitally later because it's not going to scare the poor pig.
Yeah.
But the pig that we're supposed to shoot, the first time they brought one down, the pig came down and he started I started backing up. And the pig just kept following me and sniffing my legs and being really sweet, like a puppy. So we had to trade out that pig who was too friendly. He was like, "Oh, you guys are great. We're playing." So they had to trade out that pig for another pig.
A more angry, a more angry pig.
An angry, more scared little pig. But it's so great. They do. I must say, they take very good care, probably better care of the animals on the set than they do humans, and they take very good care of us as well.
Yeah.
Awesome.
But it was and the little synthetic pig they made it looked like an actual pig, but it was all pretend.
I was hoping he didn't.
Nice.
He didn't look anything near like a pig. He was just like a little fluffy, like a towel.
Yes, it was very cute little pig. And I didn't. All I brought home for the shoot was my memories.
Aww. Steve, I want to tell you what my favorite moment was, and there were a lot of moments
favorite
like this.
Steve moment or every moment?
It wasn't a Steve moment, but there were. But
then we can just move on.
No.
Don't
But
need to hear it, Steve.
this moment kind of encapsulates what there were a lot of moments like this in the movie, and I love them. And this one I loved so much during the fight scene between Crystal and Athena at the end, and they're breaking all these glass windows, and then they get to a point where they're outside and they're going to go back in the house, and they stop and they go, "No more broken glass," and they open up the door and then continue the fight inside the house, and I'm like, oh my god, that's genius.
Yeah, they had a lot of stuff like that.
Yeah.
The little rabbit that she sees after her story.
The little rabbit. Her just eating the grilled cheese after she kills Athena, I thought was amazing too. She's like, I'm just gonna eat this grilled cheese sandwich.
Yeah.
When is it going to be on DVD and Blu-ray, Steve?
It comes, I think it's on, it'll come out like video on demand, I think the end of May, like the 27th or 20-something, and then the first week of June, it's on like Blu-ray and stuff. Okay. And that'll have a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff, and that should be fun.
Cool. Yeah, it's got to be out there. I need it.
It'll be a good renter.
Yeah.
Go to your red box.
And going back to the political thing with the movie is it just kind of does a good job of making fun of the extremes of both sides.
Yes.
Exactly.
Which I thought was great.
Exactly. That's why they were so angry in the fall when there was this big backlash against it. It's like, guys, you haven't seen the movie. You have no idea what you're talking about.
It kind of sucked because it was like a double, like a curse almost on it.
And it almost makes more fun of the liberals with all the the PBS talk and being politically correct and all that. So
it really is the perfect like farce. The perfect
and just an interesting twist because it's usually the people that are on the right that are, unpolitically correct, I guess, that end up getting fired from their jobs. But this was like the reverse where the politically correct people are the ones that are now being fired for doing something that's unpolitically correct.
Yeah, exactly.
And just the whole thing of just you got the wrong person. Like that was just
that was great.
Man.
Yeah.
Oops.
Wrong Crystal.
Yeah. Oh, man.
But I have to go back because I didn't catch, too, like, the character Don. I wasn't sure, like, that scene was very kind of ambiguous where you don't know if he was one of them or if he was on the other side, like, you couldn't tell.
Yeah, I don't think I think he was one of the the hunted. I think he was
Yes.
not one of the liberals because he wasn't in that meeting and he wasn't.
Okay.
And I think that was just Athena being smart.
And Athena, Athena was just very witty. She was a good, very genius person and knew he was there, and so she took advantage of that. She was very I was telling Rob, not to compare it to other things, but the whole plot that they had, the motivation and everything was very Marvel superhero villain. Was in the style of we used to work for Tony Stark and he did this, so now we're going after him. It was similar to that. I like that.
Yeah. Well, and it's funny, there's a scene that originally the movie opened with kind of a flashback to, I guess it's Crystal as a little girl, although you don't know it's her, as you find out later. And I'm wondering if that'll be on the DVD, because it's a sweet little scene that shows the character of this little girl has been the same. She was a tough little thing when she was little, and I'm wondering and it makes sense not to start it that way.
Yeah.
But I was curious why. Yeah, and I'm wondering. I don't know if they ever even shot that because I don't remember seeing that on the shoot schedule. But I'd be curious if they even did that.
I was gonna say too, Steve. This virus does suck, but at least you got to go to the premiere of the movie. You got to live. You got to live that moment for the movie before this whole stupid thing started.
Yeah, it was fun because it's the acting business is pretty silly at times, and that's just those things are like birthday parties. It's kind of fun. Yes. It's not it's just kind of neat because you also get to see it with an audience the first time, and you see a lot of the people you work with. It's kind of a mini reunion, and it's just kind of it's a little whipped cream on the proverbial cake.
Yeah,
it's not good for you.
Little icing, little sprinkles. And I just going back to that. Have you been able to keep your assistant employed, Mr. Johnson?
Oh no, he was let go. I let him go before the virus in anticipation.
See, that's how I would.
No severance, no nothing. I actually threw him out.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
I didn't know if he was indentured to your family. I didn't know if there was lineage to him. I didn't know.
Oh, it's my sister's son. It's my nephew, but he's gone. He's gone. I don't know where he is.
And we're all better for it.
I hear bad things. I guess if I did have an assistant, I would have to. But no, if I had an assistant now, I'd still pay him.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I would. Not much, but Well, how are you guys holding up? Are you okay?
We're okay. I was going to ask you, what have you hoarded? What have you been able to stockpile?
Oh God, no, it's a friend of mine said he watched Groundhog Day the other day. And that's what it's like. You think, you wake up, and I think it's just a natural human instinct. You think, well, today will be different.
Yeah.
And it's not. And it's the end of the day, and you're going, oh yeah, well, we did another one. And it's some scary stuff out there. Mainly, the economy and all the people. I mean, I'm just a damn actor, but there's folks that folks are living paycheck to paycheck. And God knows I've done that for. I did that for 75% of my life.
Yeah.
It's terrifying. And and I do understand. It's stay at home, but man, people got to make a living.
Yeah.
So it's really tough in the way you'd think people would all come together, but like everything in the country now, it's dividing everyone, and it's a conspiracy.
Also, just being in Rob and I said essential business, we're in retail, and being in retail like this has brought the worst out of people.
Really?
The stuff that my people, I'm a manager in retail, and the stuff that I hear from my associates of how customers are treating them, it's the worst of the worst.
Yeah.
Oh man, I go when I go into Publix and the supermarket, I always if I see a stock guy in the aisles, I always go, "Thanks for working, man."
I've got a few of those.
Yeah, and that's awesome because that feels good when we hear that.
Again, I usually don't need that, but it is nice to hear.
Yeah.
It is nice to hear at this point.
Well, it's because nurses and stuff and doctors, who of course are the frontline warriors, but also the folks that maybe would like to stay home, but again they got to work. And you think of being a checkout person, you see hundreds and hundreds of people.
Yeah.
And that's, those are the folks. Yeah. And retail folks that stay open. And it's God, this is nothing close to this in my lifetime. And I'm very, very old, so it's been quite a lifetime.
Shit, I haven't seen anything like this. I hope we don't ever see anything like this again.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. It was because 9/11 was a horror show, but it brought people together, and it didn't hit the economy that hard. And
yeah, we moved on. But
if anything, we were afraid of opening mail for a little bit, but that was it.
Yeah.
Don't touch powder. Don't touch the powder. Yeah, but that was one little powder. Like, we didn't have to wear it.
And going on a plane was a little scary for a bit. But,
yeah. But then there were snakes on the plane. That made
that
made it fun again.
Everything.
Yeah. I was gonna ask Steve, do you know anyone that's had the virus?
No, there's one friend of mine who he was in, he's a young guy. Well, he's about my age, like late 50s probably. And about a month ago, he was in intensive care for about a week with pneumonia. But that's about the only person I know. I know a friend of mine lost her stepmom and stuff. But how about you guys?
I have a coworker whose mother had it, but she's already recovered. So,
okay, cool.
And but the coworker had like one day or not one day, but a few days where she had like one of the symptoms, and I said, who knows? You could have had it, but just had that one symptom. Like, it's so weird. So weird.
It's true. Yeah, I've had a couple friends that they had really bad dry coughs in January and stuff, in February. And so maybe a lot of people had it and didn't because it came in the middle of flu season. So people don't know.
We think we had it.
An allergy season.
Back then, I had a delusional fever one night and all that, and I couldn't sleep. Like, I called out of work, and then I went back to work like a day later. So.
Yes, so we're weird enough, like the area that Rob and I are at and like kind of where we work, we have no cases in our stores, and stores a little further away they do, but like everyone in our store was sick like late November, early December.
Yeah,
so
it's really weird. Yeah.
So I'm sure we had it.
Yeah,
because
I think we did because it's weird that we have no cases. But every single store, kind of like a couple miles away, they do have cases. Our stores don't.
So.
Yeah, so maybe you guys got exposed and have the antibody and stuff.
Yeah, I was thinking of like. Just I don't know. I don't know what do you have any projects that are on hiatus, Steve, from the virus?
No, yeah, just there's a show P Valley that I think I told you guys about that was gonna start. I'm pretty sure a second season, like pre-production in the summer, but that's all been way pushed back. But yeah, I had nothing else like lined up. And it's just so, I keep thinking, you start feeling normal, like you get used to it. And then when I was in the grocery store today, and you just see everyone had a mask on. And that's just, that's really strange.
Yeah, it's different.
And still, I'm sure you guys have seen, like, traffic is less. And my daughter was living in New York City. She got out, about the week before they kind of closed Manhattan down.
Okay.
And I can't imagine living in New York City during this. I mean, they got hit so hard, which makes sense because they're an island and everyone's living on top of each other.
Yeah.
God.
This thing is really going to change like habits and stuff too, because even like I have to 11 hours of my shift wear a mask. So when I'm not wearing a mask, when I'm at home, like I almost feel naked. Like sometimes, like I'll be sitting in my living room fully clothed, and my roommate will walk out of his room, and I'm like, oh wait, I'm not wearing a mask. Like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Like, he can't see me with my face showing.
I'm so used to wearing the mask when I'm in the middle of the store, but in the back, we've been told it's okay to pull it down.
Really?
So I've been where I've done that, and I've been in the back for a few hours, and then I walk out in the store, and I almost forget to put the mask on.
I've done that a few times too. Yeah.
So it is.
That's crazy.
It's
such
a weird world.
What are your stores? What do you have? What do you keep? You're not allowed to say.
Well, I don't want to say the name of the stores, but they're like your basic retail stores. Major retail stores.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. It is funny because when I talk to friends now, no one says, "So what's new?" because there's nothing new.
There's nothing new.
And so it is interesting that I found conversations with friends go a little deeper now because there's no news to talk about. So, I found out the other day more about my friend's parents and how he grew up, and was like, he goes, I thought you knew that. I was like, nah.
We're running out of stuff. We gotta give you a little dirt. We gotta give you.
We're running out of stuff to talk about, and it's
Have you blocked anybody?
I keep thinking it's going to end, and it's not going to end.
Have you blocked anyone from your phone from the extra stories?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I do want to ask. It's getting late, but I do want to ask you, Steve, before we wrap this up. A couple of interviews ago, you and I talked about Mr. Robot, and that series has ended. Yeah. And I was curious to what your thoughts on that series finale was.
I did. I liked it.
Yeah,
I did. I liked it. I thought, and the whole season I liked, especially what was that guy who played? It was a guy from like around the first season. The drug dealer guy.
Vera.
That whole episode where he has him sort of prisoner and all that. That was amazing. I thought they had some of the stories throughout the last season were pretty great. It's pretty, because some of the seasons you get a little murky. Like I'm not sure what I'm watching. It's a little bit like Westworld, where it's like it's very interesting, but I don't know what's going on.
Right.
And this last season was a little clear. How did you like the finale?
I thought it was amazing. I think that it really grounded all the other seasons, because Mr. Robot definitely teased a lot of like science fiction elements, and then for it to end the way it did, it kind of like was like, nah, none of this science fiction stuff is here. This is very grounded, and this is a very real thing that could be going on, and that's what it is. And I like that. I like that it was very that it maintained the groundedness.
So it was Mr. Coronavirus.
It was Mr. Coronavirus.
Have you guys seen before we go? Do you guys watch Westworld?
I saw Steve. I saw the whole first season. I loved it, but after that first season, I was like, I don't like. Is there a point to watch any of the other seasons?
Totally agree. Yeah, I've tried, because the first season was so great, and this last third season, it's that thing of every time I finish watching, I have to do like a research paper to find out online what did I just watch, because I don't know. It looked really pretty, but I feel like I'm in like Algebra 5, and I'm like, I don't understand. Can I go to the bathroom? So yeah.
Well, taking that note, we can go back to The Hunt. The Hunt doesn't do that. The Hunt is very straightforward, and it's a very enjoyable movie from start to finish.
Yeah,
and you don't have to Google it to figure out like what was going on the whole time.
No.
Yeah.
No time travel.
He did an interview a couple weeks ago, and he said, because I just wanted to make a movie you could sit around and have a couple of beers and enjoy with your friends.
It was funny because I was drinking last night while I watched that movie, and I was like, I was a little drunk towards the end, but it was a good movie to just like drink. It was just fucking fun to watch. Like I liked it.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
That's the idea. That's our job. Just to entertain people. That's like, that's all. That's all.
Steve, it's always great talking to you, even if you don't share that. Even if you don't share that feeling.
As long as somebody likes something, that's,
So,
and I had to take out time from my very, very busy schedule for this call.
I know our new intern. He's gonna give us his credit card, so we'll get square. We'll get square.
Yeah.
Oh no, another poor intern. Where do you get them from? Like the youth detention center?
This one we got on Amazon.
This one came from Amazon, and he's inflatable.
Oh, neat.
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't know.
Do you get free delivery? Because that's always a bonus.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because, he's worth it.
I go get me one of them Amazon interns. Don't get one for me. Make me my pancakes in the morning and rub my feet. Yes. Thank you for the idea, gentlemen.
Thank you.
I hope you have your mask on talking to me, because I don't want to catch anything.
I just covered. I'm putting
my shirt up. That's good enough. Yeah, wearing my shirt over my nose is good, right?
That's good.
Wow, I smell.
You smell good, baby.
Oh, God. All right, well, that's all from here, folks. Ain't nothing new.
There's no go. You're talking to you, Steve.
It's always great to talk to you.
We'll talk soon, and we love you.
I like that the 3 people who will listen to this will wonder if there's an audio problem. Mom, I can't hear what they're talking about.
We'll talk to you soon, Steve.
That's just how Rob talks.
Bye, Steve.
He's just high.
Love you.
Shout out to everybody, Steve. We'll talk to you soon, my friend.
Yes, take care of yourselves, gentlemen. Be careful out there. Thank you for working and putting your lives on the line there.
Thank
it's
you.
not worth it, but thank you.
That's not worth it.
We're
All right.
essentially expendable.
Essentially expendable. Yep, that is correct.
All right.
Later, Steve.
Goodbye, Steve.